Hello everyone, this is Robert, and this is a special delivery from Team Waiachi. Inside this box is the vertical weapon, the weapon drum, from Fusion, and specifically the one that was used in Season 6 in the fight between Copperhead and Fusion. So in this video I'm going to do a little bit of an unboxing and show and tell. So let's get started. I bought this weapon from eBay, mostly as just kind of memorabilia. This was one of the few fights where I was team captain and my wife was actually the weapon operator. So the two of us, I was driving, she was doing the weapon. So yeah, thought it'd be kind of a cool memorabilia. And these things are always nice to have around the shop, hang on the wall, things like that. So let's get started opening this up. But because this is from Fusion, I just want to be a little bit safe just in case. So inside, got a little note from Reese. She's still greasy and incredibly sharp. Goodies at the bottom. So thank you, Reese, for that. Your handwriting is beautiful, by the way. And there it is. It is very greasy. So yeah. It's a little guy. This is not a big weapon at all, but let's get this out of here and we can take a closer look at the damage. He did mention that there were some goodies at the bottom, so let's see what we got. We got some stickers. I always love some stickers. And then, yes, I wanted him to include some signed photos of him, and he did. So we've got a couple in here. Let's see. Here's one for your woman, too. I wanted one specifically for Kim, so we got one there. Just a nice signed photo there. And then I told him I wanted one signed for my shop. I'm going to frame this and have this on the wall in my shop. So there you go. So pretty cool. So you got those. Now let's look at the actual weapon. So here it is in all of its glory. Now this is a relatively small weapon for a heavyweight. I just weighed it and it's about 27 and a half pounds or 12 and a half kilograms, somewhere around there. So it's, you know, it's not that big. Let me get some measurements for you. So overall, I guess width of this is a little over 7 inches, and from, let's see, tip to center, what is that, about 4.5 inches, and then we're about 7.5 or something to the back. So kind of gives you an idea of the size. But yeah, it's a neat little weapon. It's all one piece. You basically have this central hub, which looks like a serpentine belt setup. Actually, this looks very similar to what Copperhead uses. So you got 2 belts in the middle. This is most likely machined out of one piece, and then we just weld on the outside pieces here. And I don't know the material, but I'm going to go out and guess this is probably like an AR 500 type situation. Not many people use S7, and just kind of the way it's been cut out, I'm just going to guess that's an AR. So yeah, there it is. We've got some needle bearings pressed into the end. My guess is those don't really come out, or don't come out easily. Now, a couple interesting things about this. I'm seeing this for the first time. So this is the first time I've ever really seen it in person other than after the fight. But look at these nice little gouges. So these were from Copperhead's drum. So this is when it had stopped spinning, you know, midway through the fight, and Copperhead came in and just carved this out. And this is the nice thing about using an S7 weapon, is it's generally a lot harder. It's going to be more brittle and it's maybe more prone to cracking, but it can do this fun stuff. You know, in a true weapon-to-weapon engagement, you're going to get stuff like this. And I think, yeah, there's another one here on the bottom. I remember this one. So yeah, we've got another little scallop here on the bottom, once again, from the weapon to weapon. And then my favorite part about this is, let me see how to show this, this little curl This curling up on the end is just amazing. And I'm not really sure who that's from, if it's part of their weapon or part of our weapon, but you can just see this curl and it is welded on there nice and solid. So pretty neat. One of the other reasons why I do these videos is to give new builders kind of a reference point. You don't always know what you should be doing when you're building a heavyweight, especially for the first time. So for this weapon, we've all seen fusion fights, we kind of have a good idea. The weapon has always been somewhat reliable. I think it's the electronics that are kind of more the issue. So in terms of bearings here, we have two needle roller bearings. I don't know if you can see that. There's double stack and the exact same thing on the other side. It looks to be a 1.75 inch or about 44.5 millimeter shaft that goes through here. Our outer diameter is 2 1/4. I actually couldn't find the bearing type. I don't know if this is something kind of weird, but 2.25 OD, 1.75 ID, and each one of these has a width, that's bearing width, of 1 inch, and there's 2 of those, so a total of 4 bearings inside that with a 1.75 inch shaft. So that should give you a good idea, and I don't think they really ever had an issue with these. You can see the amount of damage on this weapon, all these cutouts and carve-outs. There's a lot of weapon-to-weapon hits. Bearings feel great. No issue with the bearings whatsoever. So that should give you a good idea of what is good to appropriately size for a heavyweight. That is all I have for this video. So hopefully that gives you a little bit better idea what Fusion's weapon looks like and the damage that Copperhead did to it. I am going to be making some kind of mount or display for this. I'm still not really sure. I don't know if this is going to be like a wall mount. I kind of have this idea of holding it like that against the wall. Maybe it's going to be too heavy for that. We'll see. But eventually this is going to get displayed either in my office or out here in the shop. So we'll see what I end up coming up with for that. As always, thanks for watching and check me out in my next videos. See you again.